How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, we are still in the toy box, and if you remember from the last episode, some of our friends have gone missing inside Galaxy Toys. And it turns out that young Xehanort is here, so now we gotta find him and put a stop to him. But first, we gotta rescue one more group of toys. We have to rescue our green little alien friends, because in the last episode, we already rescued Ham and Rex. So now it's just the aliens.
Oh no! Wait! Stop!
Farewell.
And it looks like the Claw got them again. Oh boy.
Don't go!
So this isn't really even though the UFO has like a life bar, this isn't necessarily like a boss type battle. The aliens will not like get away. The UFO won't escape. So you really have nothing to worry about. I would honestly say before you strike at the UFO, just take this time right now to take out all the Heartless, because it's extra experience. And you're going to get plenty of opportunities to go after the UFO. And since the AI in this game are better than they have been in the past, if you ever get... Because sometimes the UFO can kind of get away from your distance, and you may not be able to see them. Your AI companions will head in the direction of the UFO. And what will happen is, after you strike the UFO a couple times, then it'll instantly transport away, and a new batch of enemies will come up. And honestly, I would just say keep on doing the strategy. Just take out all those enemies and just keep on getting that extra experience, because it'll just help. Yeah, and if you got the Mirage Staff Keyblade, this will kind of come great in handy to try and get rid of the UFO. I guess my plan to try and get these two episodes released on the same day back to back, I guess that didn't go too well. But I am technically on the weekend now, so because this is the only video I have left to record audio for, so I'm thinking after I finish recording this video, I'm going to start recording some more gameplay and go on to the next world, because after we complete Toy Box, we're going to have two new worlds to go and choose from. And I've been kind of thinking this over in my head of like what I want to do, because the next two worlds that we get to choose from are Monsters Inc. and Frozen. And usually when I'm playing, when I played this in the past, I say the past, even though this game's only been out for a few months. I usually go to Monsters Inc. first. Because, I mean, I like it, and I kind of save Frozen for last. I don't know why. I guess it's just because, you know, back then when this game is coming out, I was excited to see what they're going to do with Frozen. But I think after Toy Box, we're going to head to Frozen, just because, again, its map, its layout is not, it's like, honestly, it's my least favorite in this entire game. And I think out of the two to choose from, Monsters Inc. and Frozen, I think Monsters Inc. is just the better world to go to. So I think we're gonna head to Frozen, just so I can kind of get that out of the way. Because honestly, Frozen is probably my least favorite world. But there are things that I like about it that I've said in other videos. But I'll kind of go back to getting more into that detail when we get there.
Fear not, we still have our new home. The Chamber of Andy.
They're right. This isn't where we belong. We've been in this toy store long enough. It's time for us to go home to Andy's room.
But Xehanort told us that room isn't even his real room.
Can you prove that any of that nonsense is true?
Technically, yes, he can, because you just saw a guy come out of a portal of darkness, and your goddamn laser's real, Buzz.
I'm going home to wait for him. No more debate.
Still, I'm not going to complain because it's Toy Story, and I frankly don't care. But still, I like it. I'm not complaining.
We should meet up at the entrance and go home.
Just talk with my family here. We're trying to figure out my travel arrangements when I go back to work at Disney, and looks like we're trying to get stuff underway.
I'm not so sure about that.
And I mean, I'm kind of more focused on my school, but you know, it's really hitting me that you know, within the next few months, I'm going to be back down there, which is absolutely crazy to think. But I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to find out where I'm going to be working and all that good stuff. So now we have rescued all of the toys, and now I guess we're going to be heading back to Andy's room to drop off Woody and Buzz so we can head back here to try and stop Xehanort. Now, something I just, I kind of do at this next part, like, again, I always try to find as much experience as I can. So I kind of loop around this entire floor to try and see if there's any part list, because I'm always trying to find more experience to get stronger. But in the end, I just kind of waste your guys' time, so I apologize for that. One of the things that I like that the Toy Box world does is that, you know, even though we're in this gigantic twister, every store that you visit to rescue these toys, each one is different and unique to that specific store. Like for the action figure store where we find Rex, you know, it's the color scheme is like all red and black, and there's just gigantic figures. We head into babies and toddlers. It's all pink and colorful with princesses and stuffed animals. And even the Playhouse store is like all like stuff for little kids. There's like a little playground. But we haven't seen the last of that place.
Wait, where's Rex?
He took off. Said he wanted to prove to you you could trust Sora. He's up there by the video games.
So we go all the way down from the 3rd floor to find out that Rex is all the way back up there in the video game store. But then again, I can't blame Rex because I'd probably be in the video game store too.
The Heartless are out there.
You're right. Sora, Donald, Goofy. Any chance you could help us one last time?
Sure.
Well,
Thanks, guys.
now we got to go back and get Rex. So now we got to go back up there.
Graham said Rex was in the video game section.
And even like even though the video game section, again, I feel like I'm in another like knockoff of a GameStop, which is really, really, really neat. And after you know, doing commentary for this this playthrough and how, because Kingdom Hearts, I guess I do this again. I don't know why I do this, but then again, it doesn't take that long to get the video games anyway. Since this is my first Kingdom Hearts commentary series, because you can find a complete walkthrough of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 Final Mix on my channel, but I don't do commentary for that. Mostly because I just get too into the games that I don't want to talk. I just want to play. I want everything to speak out for itself. But since I promised some friends I would do commentary for 3, and I've kind of figured out this way of providing audio and changing sounds, I think it works a little bit better for a series like this. But when it comes to the rest of Kingdom Hearts, because part of me would like to, at some point in time, I am probably going to be doing a walkthrough of every single one of the games, including the game I'm not fond with playing, Chain of Memories. I do plan on one point, if I can, hell, when I get the time, I do plan on some point for this channel, plan on having a walkthrough of all the playable games on my PlayStation 4. So that means, you know, playing Birth by Sleep, Chain of Memories, and Dream Drop Distance. But
Well, I suppose.
I'm just not sure with how much time I have and all the things that I want to do for this channel, because Kingdom Hearts 3 is the only thing that I mean, I was going to do this anyway, but I promised friends of mine that I would do
found
this
the black
playthrough.
clothes and,
If it wasn't for my friends, this probably would have just been, you know, just pure gameplay video, not me talking, because it's, you know, it's Kingdom Hearts 3.
Return to Andy's room.
But,
Now? But can't I at least check the strategy guides? I want to know how to beat...
But even then, this is such a major title and a big thing that I guess I kind of just had to do it.
Right now, we need to go home.
And, you know, I want to try and, again, I want to try and get this. Oh, this asshole's back.
You needn't rush off.
Xehanort!
I have more to observe. I can't let you leave yet.
It's us that you really want.
Because with me approaching leaving and going back to work at Disney again, I want to try and, you know,
Being of light.
I want Kingdom Hearts 3. This I kind of saw coming, but it was a little bit of a shock to me. Having Buzz get possessed.
What's the matter? Come on, Buzz. Quit fooling around. I can't believe it. Buzz has been taken over?
I think it would have been interesting if we actually got to fight a heartless possessed Buzz, but even then, for what we're presented in this story, still fine by me. But
I am testing the strength of their bond.
I am going to get
In this
Kingdom Hearts 3 is definitely going. This walkthrough is definitely going to be finished for you guys before I leave and go to work.
So what happens when those bonds
And
stretch their
I
reach,
really,
when they are worlds apart?
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get Crash
Their hearts.
all recorded for you guys too.
Was a wedge to widen
But
the
um,
someone like you to fill them with distrust and doubt.
but I'm kind of debating if I want to save that for when I get back. But I don't know, because when I get back, you know, I'm gonna be playing Crash Team Racing, because I'm definitely getting that.
Do something!
On my way!
Because I'm really looking forward to Crash Team Racing. But there's also another couple of games that I actually want to try out that I might actually end up doing for this channel. Just because I have some interest in playing them, and I think maybe if I do it for a YouTube series, it'll make things a little bit interesting. Like, I'm actually thinking of playing the original Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 4 because, again, and I brought this up in older videos, I never had an original PlayStation, so I was never able to experience some of these classics like Crash Bandicoot and also Final Fantasy VII. And, you know, being that Final Fantasy's been a big part of my life and pretty much my family, my siblings' life, you know, Into the World, it's considered the best Final Fantasy game, and I love the characters because I know the story of Final Fantasy VII. I know the prologue to it with Zack, and I've even seen the Advent Children movie, which was absolutely great. I love that movie. I got it on Blu-ray when Final Fantasy 15 was coming out because they re-released it on Blu-ray for a special price. And I don't know. I want to really try. I want to play the original for myself because I think I'm definitely going to be getting the remake of it because from the only bits of trailers that we've seen, it looks like it's really going to take inspiration from Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts with combat. And if they do that, then it automatically has my money because I preferably like Kingdom Hearts games like that. Kingdom Hearts games, like when it comes to, you know, fantasy games, I like that style. I like the free roaming combat. Turn-based combat's alright. I don't have a problem with turn-based combat. It's just I get a little bored after a little while, but I feel like if I can invest in something like Final Fantasy VII, I think I may end up enjoying it because it's a little bit more fast-paced. But I'm just not sure. I think though I'm gonna do it. I would really like to play it and just see how far I can get on my own. Now to kind of go back of what's going on here, young Xehanort has put us in the Verum Rex game, and now we're essentially just fighting off a whole bunch of Gigases until we defeat them all. There's no time. I mean, there is a timer, but there is no time limit. All you really have to do is destroy the Gigases, and the thing that's great about this like little mini game is that the Gigases don't have as much health as they do when you're outside of the game. So, you know, they can be taken out in like a few, like not even like 5 shots to make the game go by faster. But they will destroy your mech. Your mech will take a good amount of damage, and when your mech does eventually get destroyed, you really need to try and find a new one as soon as possible, because you will get bombarded with all of them. And I definitely recommend going after a purple one, because those cannons are so powerful that you can take out so many enemies. And even take care of the, explode those little, like, bombing areas, because they can take care of those too. All in all, though, it's not too bad. I think it goes on a little bit too long. I mean, it's just me, because I'm not that big into the mechs. I use them when I can, but I'm not completely obsessive over them. And actually, after we, okay, there is the last mech that we have to fight. It's a golden mech that's got a little bit more of some help and a little bit more to a kick to it. But once you destroy him, that's the end. And what's actually really cool that I'll show off after this whole thing is that after we complete this little mini game, we're actually going to unlock a new summon. We're actually going to unlock Wreck-It Ralph, which I will show off, because I will show off all the summons at least once. And that's the end of that. And now we can summon Wreck-It Ralph. Again, I don't really use summons a lot, but I mean, I use the Simba summon a lot because he can just destroy anything in its path. But Wreck-It Ralph, hey, he's not too bad. He's a nice sight to see for this game, especially because, you know, with his sequel coming out and whatnot, I figured he would eventually get in here anyway.
You all right, Sora?
Yeah, I'm just fine. And you? Oh, wait. Where's Buzz?
He disappeared into a dark corridor.
Oh.
Sora, how do we get him back?
I don't know. My power.
You need to
won't
succumb
open
to the
those.
darkness inside your heart, and then you'll find him.
Did I hear you say dark corridor?
That's right, Sarge. Any ideas?
Well, it might be a long shot, but we've sighted a shadowy portal in the Kid Corral.
That's exactly what we're looking for, a dark corridor or portal.
I'll head there and get it open.
Sarge, you're a lifesaver. You guys in?
Yeah! Please promise you'll
So
bring
now Buzz has been taken by Xehanort, and now we got to go rescue him. So up until we get to him, we're only going to be teaming up with Woody.
Get our friend back.
And because Buzz is not around, you can't use the rocket attack until you get Buzz back.
Come on,
But then again, unlike Tangled, where at the end of the world Rapunzel leaves, at the end of this world you still have Woody and Buzz both as partners. And then we're gonna get to see some Heartless soon, and that's when we're going to summon Wreck-It Ralph. With Wreck-It Ralph, you can jump and dash, and he can build a couple of things, and then that can stun Heartless. And then he could do this ultimate smash where the pieces will go landing through Heartless. I think it's in the next wave where I show Ralph off. But yeah, when it comes to summons, I lean more towards using Simba. So his is 8-bit blast, so let's bring Ralph out. His entrance is really cool, though. I like it a lot. Okay, so yeah, those pipes, if a Heartless walks into the light, it'll stun them. And Ralph has a certain number of times where he can build new things. And then you just finish it with the triangle button. And the pieces will kind of scatter about, knocking out of the Heartless. I hate it when they do that. I hate those mechs when I'm not using them. But then again, with Kingdom Hearts, I just prefer using, you know, physical Keyblade combat. So now we're gonna go back to the play palace, because there's a secret door that we can get into to actually go inside of the palace, which is like where there's a ball pit, there's like slides, you know, it's like a whole park for kids to play, little kids to play in, and it's right up there. We use that door once, but then pretty soon we get inside there, we're gonna have a way where we can get in there from a different way. Oh, well, what is this? Breaking news, James Gunn back as director for Guardians 3. Huh. It's just popped on my Facebook feed. Let's check this out. If this is true, then I'll be happy. James Gunn has been reinstated as the director of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 following a Twitter scandal resurfaced last summer. And he's also tapped to direct the Suicide Squad 2, which I'm okay with because I liked the first. I thought the first Suicide Squad was okay. It's not the best, but it's just okay. Let's see. According to the Deadline, the decision to rehire Gunn was mulled and actually made months ago following a conversation with Disney studio leadership and the team at Marvel Studios. You know what? Is this really true? I need to look up more information because if this is true, this is really, really exciting. All right, I guess this is true. I guess James Gunn, the director of Guardians 1 and 2, is back for the sequel. That's amazing. I'm really happy for that. Oh my god.
The entrance was blocked by blocks?
Can you use the Gigas?
It doesn't look like there's a comment from him, but yeah, he's back. You know what? Okay. I'm not entirely sure of... Actually, let me... I need to look up like the tweet of how he got fired. I can't remember. Why did James Gunn get fired? Get fired. Okay, here we go. God, that was bad. Because, yeah, I remember. Because he got fired like a month after Infinity War released.
Well, there are some more blocks here.
Following old tweets of 9/11 and, oof. I have to admit, when you, because I'm not gonna say what he said on Twitter, but you know, the world that we live in today, you know, we have the right to free speech, and you know, but the thing is, how do I put this? You know, even though we have this thing of free speech, you know, you really do kind of have to watch what you say. And, you know, James Gunn, okay, one thing, he said those tweets, like, years ago, but still, I can see where Disney and Marvel are coming from this. I get why they would have to do what they do. But I have to say, though, James Gunn is a very, from what I've seen him in, you know, interviews and whatnot, he seems like a very nice guy that cares a lot about his project, especially with the Guardians, because a lot of people thought that Guardians of the Galaxy was absolutely going to flop, like it was going to be so bad. But it ended up being a masterpiece. It was funny, it was great storytelling, and James and his team did such a great job of doing that I loved it. I love both the Guardian films. And I love their roles in Infinity War. And even though people give Chris Pratt a lot of crap for what Star-Lord did in Infinity War, you know, I thought it made sense because listen, that character's been through a lot, and I get that. But you don't need to hate him for, you know, okay, he lost his mother because his father killed his mother, and then he just killed his father, and then his adoptive father dies. And now the girl he loves dies. You know, I'm not hating on what his character, on what Star-Lord did, because that character's been through a lot, and I'm pretty sure that if we were in his situation, we would probably react the same way by beating the shit out of Thanos. But I think if I can kind of wrap this up simply, is that yes, what James wrote is wrong, and he has apologized for it. He hasn't done anything stupid within the time of his firing. And he's not somebody that's other than has like this, like he's only like really done this one stupid thing. And honestly, the more that I think about it, I don't think anybody else can direct a Guardians film besides him. Even though, you know, they were going to use his script in the beginning, I think James knows these characters better than anyone. Maybe even Kevin Feige, the producer over at Marvel. And honestly, I know people are going to have mixed opinions about this, but I'm happy. I think I'm glad to have him back, because if this truly is like the last Guardians film, because with Marvel, people usually just get a trilogy and then it's just team-up films, then I think it's better for James. You know, he started this story with the Guardians, and now he needs to finish it. And this makes me a little bit more happy, just because I don't want another director changing the way of these characters. I love these characters too much, especially because James had a hand on working on the Guardian parts for Infinity War. Like, he had a say of what they do, how they acted, you know, the music and whatnot. And I think it's definitely better this way for him to finish what he started, even though this could bring up controversy. I am personally excited even more now for Guardians 3, and now that he is back, production on Guardians 3 can start going rapidly. I'm getting back to it, because I think they were actually supposed to start working on Guardians 3 in February, but it got delayed because of the incident. But now we can just get back into high gear, and we can have another Guardians movie. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see how this plays out, but welcome back, James. I'm excited. You know, I think you're gonna wrap this trilogy off really, really nicely, and I can't wait to see what you have the characters do in Infinity War. Even though the Russo brothers are directing, you know, Endgame, to see what James Gunn had the Guardians do, I think is going to be interesting to see. And I guess that kind of puts my brain at ease, because Dave Bautista, who plays Drax, said that, you know, if James wasn't going to direct Guardians 3, then he was going to get rid of his contract with Marvel. And now that he's back, I hope that he doesn't do that, because, you know, we got to see what happens with Drax in this. I mean, but yeah, I'm excited. I don't know how. No, actually, now I'm curious to see how the internet's reacting to this. Wonder if there's anything, any comments I can share about this. Actually, I can just go to, let's go to Twitter and see what people are saying. It should be trending. Yeah, it is trending. Here we go. We're still gonna get suicide. I should have bet some money that James Gunn will be back at Marvel. Debate what you will, but he was always going to be straight regardless of the circumstances. Anyone who didn't see that wasn't looking hard enough. Latest. I don't need a recap. I want latest. Well, looks like everybody on Twitter is supporting this. That's good. You know, it was one mistake. A lot of people make mistakes when they're young. We all make dumb decisions, but James made those tweets years ago, and yes, they were bad, but you know what? He has apologized for it, and everybody kind of deserves that second chance. And this is not really. I mean, it's bad, but you know what? But with how he took it and what kind of a person he is, and how he has confessed to this, I'm glad that Disney are kind of seeing and giving him another chance. Because again, look at Robert Downey Jr. I mean, think of how his past. Think of his past. Robert Downey Jr. had been in jail, for drugs and whatnot. And, Disney hired him, and he's Iron Man now. And I think, since Disney gave him another chance, it's great that, they're doing the same thing for James Gunn. Yes, he made a mistake, he apologized, and he paid for that mistake, and now he has been given a second chance. And that's great. I'm really excited now. That's awesome. I doubt James Gunn's watching this, but hey, glad to see you're back, and I can't wait for Guardians 3. It's gonna be phenomenal, just like the other two. That's awesome. I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna let my brother and my stepdad know this. That's awesome.
Xehanort.
What do you want with my friend?
Look.
Oh, we're coming up to like the best diss from a Disney character
because
ever.
He was ripped away from the boy who cares about him most.
Does that mean we'll all be like Buzz? If we don't find Andy?
Wrong! Distance doesn't matter. Andy's part of their hearts, just like my friends are part of mine. You can't rip that apart.
And I think that's also cool, because now that he's directing Guardians, now he's making his own. If this is true and Guardians is going to finish up after this trilogy, then now James Gunn gets to work on another whole new team with the Suicide Squad. And I think that's great too. Even then, even if he wasn't still directing Guardians, I'm still itching to see what he's going to do for Suicide Squad. Because yes, I know for people, Suicide Squad, was a big letdown for them. It wasn't a great film. But I can't deny that when I watch Suicide Squad,
Talking about, I don't care. Put Buzz back the way he was, then get lost.
ownage. Anyway, I still found Suicide Squad to be a decently enjoyable film. It was not a horrible film. It wasn't a phenomenal film. It was just... It's just an okay film to just kind of sit back. You can get a couple laughs. You can get some kind of decent action. You know, it's not that bad of a film, and I think people just kind of need to maybe look at it again and see that. But yeah, I can totally see where they're coming from. And I did like this roster of a Suicide Squad. I thought this team was great. But if James Gunn is going to do a Suicide Squad movie, oh my god, I think he's going to... That's going to be his next trilogy right then and there. That's going to be great. Man, this is turning... I'm you know what? I'm watching Guardians tonight, you know? I'm having a marathon. That's right. I'm gonna watch Guardians 1, 2, and I'm going to watch Infinity War again. I'm happy. This is great. Good for James Gunn. You know, Donald, you could go around him and hit him with a spell instead of just getting together with the other guys.
Yeah, partner. We gotta get this wagon train a-moving.
And now we finally got Buzz back, which is great. This whole scene was done really, really well. I love this a lot. And now that we got Buzz back, we're gonna be pretty soon. We're gonna be introduced to this boss fight. And it's pretty much a Heartless possessed toy ship. I guess you can call it a UFO, really. Actually, now I think it is really much a UFO. Because since technically you're supposed to go to this world first, the boss doesn't have that much health to defeat. Because, you know, technically this is the first world that you're supposed to go to. But even at the level you're at now, even if you've been detangled, that boss can still give you some trouble, and it can take a little bit to get out of him, because the Heartless has a shield that is beneath him, so you can't attack him from the bottom. You actually have to get on top of him and attack him at the top of its head.
Remember this, our hearts will always be connected to Andy's. No matter what you do.
And that's something you'll never understand, because you're hollower than any toy.
But now I know a heart can be placed in
Now
the
if they
vessel of our choosing.
bring James Gunn back, is there any chance we can get the Snyder cut of Justice League, Warner Brothers? Sorry guys, I'm a big Zack Snyder fanboy, so I want that Snyder cut so bad. But James Gunn coming back, I'll take that too. That's great. I'm happy. And here is our final boss for Toy Box. I guess I'm kind of with the fans in this way. I think it would have been great if we could have faced like a Heartless thing of Zurg. But even then, this boss fight wasn't too bad. I like the area that it's set up in. It's like set up in one of those like toy mats that you get as a kid. My siblings and I had something like this, but it was more of a rug, not like a puzzle thing. So that kind of took me back, but it was still really cool. Then yeah, you just have to kind of get on top of the Heartless and attack him in his head. And again, the Mirage Staff is a great Keyblade to have for this because it can really take out a lot of damage. But what will happen that I'll kind of show off later in this boss fight is that what's going to happen is the sky is going to go dark, and all of the toys are pretty much going to be going around in like a circle, and you have to like climb up a staircase or jump on specific toys to try and get back up at the Heartless. And I guess kind of going back to the whole James Gunn thing, you know, all of his cast supported him, and, you know, they helped him out. And if he was truly, you know, a really bad guy, then obviously the cast wouldn't really have put up with him. So that just kind of shows you how much he cares about this and how much his actors and co-workers care about this. So it's just great. I'm so happy. Alright, so now we have to, you can either get on one of those little toys to bounce up and then kind of do like a dash with your Keyblade, or you could just kind of take this little like ladder, which I ultimately fail on at doing. And now that you got Buzz back, you can now use the reaction command for the rocket. I don't really do any additional damage with the rocket. I just go ahead and press the finish button because you can already get a good chunk of health out of him already by just doing that.
Try this.
And that's that. Man, that's so great. I mean, if you guys are watching this and you know you're a Guardians fan, God, this is so great. I'm so glad that he's back. I'm sorry, but Guardians would not be the same without James Gunn. That's just great. And it looks like Xehanort got away. Go figure, because we're gonna have to fight him in the end anyway.
Real world.
It does seem that we're trapped here.
We'll never get home.
Yeah, stuck like pigs.
Our position appears fixed.
Oh no!
A shame we'll have to stay a little longer with our new best friends.
Huh? After all the
God,
adventures we've
the
had,
whole Pixar team that wrote this story
we're not quite ready to say so.
for Toy Story is just great. Everything about this is great. Even with like Monsters Inc., which we'll get into later in this playthrough, like they really did a great job at this. And I got to give props to Monsters Inc. because they pretty much gave us the closest thing possible to a Monsters Inc. sequel. I mean, yeah, we got Monsters University, but that's a prequel. That's not a sequel. That's a prequel. But I think the team at Square did a good job working with Pixar to give us like a good, decent, possible sequel for Monsters Inc. And I think it all makes sense.
Like Buzz. Kinda.
Besides, if we do go back to the real world, we'll never see you again, right?
I have a feeling that this isn't going to be the last time that we see
You care about him so much.
the Toy Story gang.
And he's still right here with us.
Well,
If we follow our hearts, we'll find them again.
yeah.
So, Sora, are you going after the guy in the black coat?
Something tells me we can't join you on that mission.
God, I would have loved it if we could have brought teammates from other worlds. Again, I know we can't do that, but oh my God, I would never have replaced Woody and Buzz. They're my favorites. I would never.
So let us become a part of yours.
Thank you.
Now, off you go. To infinity and beyond!
God, that's great. I was actually kind of hoping that Toy Box would be one of the last worlds you go to, but I still love it every single time I go there. I love it. I love it. And, well, that's another world down. Only a couple more to go until we get to the final battle. Now we got Favorite Deputy. I'm kind of on and off with this Keyblade. You know, it's a Keyblade made for strength, but it's kind of slow in its execution, whereas, like, when you get the Keyblade from Pirates, it's similar to the Favorite Deputy, but it's much faster.
What? We're too late?
Yes. Evan would know all about the replicas from his time as Vexen in the organization. He was
Looks like Zexian doesn't have any information on the whereabouts of Vexen and the replica program, so we can make some replicas for Roxas and everybody.
Went out and turned the whole town upside down to try and find him. But no Evan.
That's not good.
What about his research?
Unfortunately, his work on the replicas was incomplete. There may still be documents.
Again, I like how they brought this stuff from Chain of Memories, because one, it just kind of goes to show you that you need to play the other games to figure out what they're saying. But I think in the Kingdom Hearts way, this makes sense of that they would bring back the replica program from Chain of Memories.
No means of leaving this world.
The dark corridors
are beyond his faculties and mine now.
Oh, but not everyone's. What if Evan was taken?
Of course! The organization could also use the replicas.
Ding, ding, ding.
To fill out their ranks.
We'd better go tell Master Yen Sid. And Sora. And the others, too.
This whole scene right here is interesting because I didn't think much about this scene until I read the secret reports and realized what these characters' plans were. But I'm going to I'll explain more of that in the next video. I'm actually going to call it quits right now because this video's only got like a minute left. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to be recording some more videos for Kingdom Hearts 3 really, really soon. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Where not to place my trust.
He gave you a second lease on life.
He ripped me away from the one thing I care about. I don't require humanity. Give me my research. I must see it to fruition, no matter the cost.
The replicas.
Yes. Soon they will replace, not just replicate. Given a heart, they can become just as real as any human.
What excellent tidings. I would hate to think we invited you back into our ranks, only for you to fail to deliver our final vessel, Vexen.
Hey, a new zone! You guys should check it out! Are ya ready to give 2 teeny ships a try?